Tara, thank you. Let's turn to the weather tonight. Another cold night of air settling in. Believe it or not, a freeze warning and a frost advisory stretching across our area for the overnight hours. First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin joining us now. Cutter, warmer days are ahead, but first, what do we need to know to get out the door in the morning?
Yeah, flat out, Rick, it's going to be a dry morning, low impact morning, but it is going to be cold, not just in Maryland, not just a Baltimore metro thing. We're talking about a late season frost and freeze for much of the mid-Atlantic and dark blue freeze warning from the mountains of northern Virginia back to coastal Jersey and northern Delaware. For the rest of us, frost advisory, many of us close to freezing earlier this morning. And tomorrow morning will be comparable. So if you thought it was cold this morning, winter jacket once again for you tomorrow morning in the First Alert forecast. We're going to wake up to temperatures right around freezing in Harford County, Cecil County. I think once you get inside Baltimore City, maybe a degree or two above freezing, but cold enough for frost. And then Eastern Shore, we're looking at widespread low to mid 30s along the Delaware state line, upper 30s right up against the bay, and certainly some spots here, western Howard County, Carroll County, northwestern Baltimore County, once again a light freeze. So the sensitive plants, keep them covered or move them indoors, but a low impact weather morning. It's a dry start. A few more clouds than this morning, but tomorrow is going to be a stunner and the warm up begins tomorrow. Rick tracking abnormal warmth by this time next week coming up in the Super 7-day forecast.
Yeah, we like the sound of that, Cutter. The cold mornings will continue here.
Yeah, at least for the next day or two, and then big changes on the way. Good news, though, the coldest morning, though it may only be by a degree or two, that has passed us. Though outside right now, temperature certainly on the decline. I wouldn't say plunging, but dropping rather quickly. 47, Baltimore Inner Harbor, mid-40s on the north side of town. And some of the coldest spots tomorrow morning, it's the typical culprits here. It's going to be Westminster, where you're already back in the lower 40s. It'll be, Columbia, where you're already back in the lower 40s, looking at a light freeze. The chance of a light freeze, greatest in some of these neighborhoods, even a greater chance in our friends up in Harford County as far as the freeze potential in the First Alert forecast. And there's a reason why we do have different alerts for different parts of the area where you're more likely to fall below 32 degrees, for a couple of hours time in this setup. Freeze warning, where temperatures may remain around or maybe just above freezing, a frost advisory. So Harford County, Cecil County included, but I honestly think the chance of a light freeze greatest across the Northwest Metro and parts of the Eastern Shore, but next to the Delaware state line. Rest of us could wake up to some frost out the door in the morning, may have to do just a little bit of scraping. Forecast low temperatures, 33 Bel Air, 34 Baltimore, 39 Stevensville, 39 Annapolis. That's another trend here right along the bay because now the water temperatures are starting to warm up just a little bit. Temperatures right up against the Chesapeake will be a few degrees warmer than everyone else. It's surprising sometimes, but the bay, it's rather large and it will have an impact on the temperature no matter what the season is, across the area, especially those neighborhoods right on the water. Bus stop forecast, if your kiddos are not on spring break, clouds, at least more of them tomorrow morning compared to this morning. Temperatures in the 30s initially, then lower 40s, and then mid to upper 40s as we get to 11 o'clock in the morning. And we'll start to break out of the clouds as we get into lunchtime and more sunshine thereafter. Not that it's going to be a gloomy morning, but more clouds than what we had early on today, but certainly enough sunshine through the course of the day. The beaches warm into the 50s. Eastern Shore, after having that light freeze in some areas, upper 50s and 60s, and then western Maryland, kind of the jackpot tomorrow. Washington County on west to Garrett County. We're looking at widespread 60s. Look at Westminster, 65, 60 and Baltimore. The bay will keep you a little warmer at night, but cooler during the day. Notice how Annapolis, 56, Tillman Island, Kent Island, Stevensville, also in the mid-50s. Warmer than today overall, especially with all the sunshine in the afternoon, but a little bit cooler than everyone else. Now in your Super 7-day forecast Friday, nice jump up in the temperature, 10 out of 10 Friday, calling it now. Saturday is going to be a solid day too, and of course we have later first pitches both Friday and Saturday with the Giants in town. I think more folks probably attending the Saturday game just because it's a Saturday. Slight rain chance we've been talking about, but it's before noon. So 7:15 first pitch on through the rest of the game. I mean, stunning weather for April. Temperatures in the 60s. We're dry. Humidity is still low. A little bit cooler Sunday. Monday 84, 89 Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons. If we can squeeze out a 90, this would be the earliest 90-degree high at BWI since 2013. Rick.